Good morning. I've got a bunch of things planned to do today on my Westfalia, so let's get started. This just came in the mail, quite exciting. Now if you're not familiar with what a turbo cartridge is, it's the center workings of the turbo without the intake or exhaust housings. Well, that's one tiny turbo. I've already checked to make sure everything is the same size, and it is. And I've already swapped the oil port from the old one to the new one. Got the turbo all back together in its dainty glory. I found it interesting that the original exhaust manifold to turbo flange gasket doesn't actually exist because the factory never used one. Okay, I could have saved myself an hour of searching. But you live and you learn. And going back in. Well, it was a little harder than expected, but I got it done. Next up, valve cover gasket. And I'm also going to fix a bit of an eyesore. This coolant line that goes over to the overflow bottle. I have no idea why it was routed like this. Wow. On a piece of wood. And now I'm going to remove what's called the oil puck. Doesn't really work too well. I can see that the previous owner attempted to use some RTV silicone. Unfortunately, when you mud it up like that, it's not going to seal. Well, now that the valve cover's all cleaned up, put it back on. And of course I'm going to use a proper seal. Because I just did the valve cover gasket, I thought, why not buy a new oil cap? Nice gasket. There we go. Hopefully the oil leaks will be a thing of the past. Crossing fingers. I don't know why this was placed on the bottom of this tank and then shoved in that corner behind the tail light. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to put it back in the factory location behind the license plate. Right here. Of course I need to get rid of this clear vinyl tubing. Another thing to mark off the list. Since the valve cover gasket's done, I thought I might try tackling one of the window seals. Now I bought this new felt, which is supposed to go right along the base here and then up this center section. Taking sliding windows out while they're in the vehicle is actually pretty simple, and I'm going to show you how to do it. You want to remove the latch. Due to the angle that the retaining screw is set in here, you can't really put a normal screwdriver, so you're going to want to get one of these. Be sure not to lose that spring. Go over to this corner, pop out this rubber. This is a bump stop to keep the glass from hitting the back of the frame. Simply open the glass, come over here, and peel back the old seal. And then just give it a good tug. It should slide out because the glue is old. Because I'm still waiting for the new guide bushings that look like this, I won't be sliding this window around much. You're gonna notice it can go up and down pretty easily. I'm gonna pull it right past the frame. Be gentle though. And it's just that simple. Now you have clear and easy access to the old seals. If you're not quite patient enough to pick it out at the bottom bit by bit, you can use a seal pick. And now put your new felt in. I find it easier to go in from the top. When you get the new felt in, be sure that it doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the frame, because this could block water drain off and also catch debris. Now that it's in, just trim it off. Just take your sliding glass and put it right in the middle of the frame and give it a few love taps back in. Pull it to the back so you can put your felt channel back in. And once you have the felt channel about 5 or 6 inches away from the back, you can slide the window forward and pull it through. To make sure it's lined up, go to the front, find the radius, and put it back in. Now just put your latch back on. And don't forget to put your stopper back in. While I wait for more parts to arrive, I've got some that I can put on in the meantime. Here's one of them, courtesy of Go Westy. It's a replacement bug screen made of metal. It has these little posts that stick up in the channel. It's a really snug fit. Voila! Next up, new performance injectors. I opted for what's called the PP520. First things first, I gotta remove the glow plug harness. Now that that's popped off, I can remove the fuel lines with a 17mm wrench. I can pull the glow plug harness out. I have clear and easy access to the injector clamps, which are located here at the base of the injector. Looks like I need a 13mm socket. Once you remove the injector clamps, you're going to have to pull the injectors straight out. Do not wiggle them, do not twist them. You're going to need a specialty tool like this. It's basically a little slide hammer with the correct tool to attach to the injectors so you can pull them out. Now I have to remove these little copper washers which are stuck inside the injector ports. Now that all the ports are cleaned out, I can put the new injectors in. Now that all the injectors are torqued to spec, which is 15 foot-pounds, I can put the return hose on. Now to put the hard lines back on. Unfortunately, I have a bit of a problem with the return port on the pump. Removing the old return line snapped off the nipple that was attached to the banjo. And on that note, I'm going to end the vlog now and start searching for this part. Hopefully it isn't too expensive. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I don't know, should my videos be more instructional or should I just get stuff done and not be so specific with the details? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget, hit that like and subscribe to come along for the ride, and I'll catch you soon.